they create an idea in their head when they see somebody running. They are like, oh, you're so lucky because you like running, I can't stand it. The truth is that I don't like running at all. It's my worst thing to do, and that's why I'm doing it, because I hate it. I felt like if I get another gel I'm gonna vomit, so I stopped. I had some incidents with panic attacks. This actually is something that my boss told me like the day before, and for some reason I felt it inside me, what he said, because I saw a lot of people collapsing in front of me. So I ran my first marathon in Athens, Greece, the original marathon. Even though they say if you don't die in the end, it's not the original marathon.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, so I don't have a background, athletic or anything similar like that. So I will try to tell you a short version of how I went in 1 year from the couch to the marathon. Basically, the first thing I did is to exercise walking a lot, because the plan B, if you can't run the marathon, is to start walking, I guess. And at some point I went with Chris, that is behind the cameras now, and we did a slow run, and then I did some walking to do 50k steps in a day, and we did it. And next day we were kind of okay, so it was a green flag, you can go on. Basically, a good idea is to join a lot of races. I joined a lot of 5k races, 10k races, until like half marathon races. Towards the end, I kind of fucked up, because I don't want to say excuses in this video, I guess, but okay, things happened and I didn't run for a month, a bit longer than a month. And also I fucked up my diet. I was supposed to lose 2 kilos for the marathon, so I don't carry extra fat. I went from this to this, because instead of losing 2 kilos, I gained 3 kilos. So I was here, I want to go there, and I went there. The thing is that I think before you start your practice, you have to answer a couple of questions to yourself, like why you are doing it, because it's a very difficult task. If you think about that, only 1% of the population has successfully run the marathon, you can understand that it's a difficult task. It requires a lot of sacrifices from your part, and you have to be consistent, even though I wasn't towards the end. But we're gonna fix this next year, I guess. Because if you just do it to post a photo or to get a medal, I think during the marathon you're gonna have a problem, because it's also, aside of the physical struggle, you will have a mental struggle for sure. And it's better to arrange all the things properly in your head before you are forced to face them in the race. For me, to be honest, around the 31st kilometer, I had a mental struggle and it nearly broke me. Like, I think I cried for a little bit at some point, because I got disappointed with myself because I couldn't run anymore, and I started walking. And I felt like this is failure, to go walking for nearly half the marathon I walked. It felt like I walked half the marathon, kinda. Even though I will show you the Garmin data, it shows the green lines, it shows it's where I walked. But in the marathon I felt like I walked way more than that. And I was walking a lot, running a little bit, walking a lot, running a little bit. It's not shown in the diagram, so maybe it was in my head, I don't know. After the 22 kilometers, I felt like I'm walking too much and I got disappointed. And on the 31st kilometer, it's when it actually broke me. And for some stupid reason, a meme was stuck in my head, and I was saying it to myself. It's a meme with a guy that says, "Why are you gay?" I kept repeating it to myself because I was walking and I was disappointed. And I was thinking, "Why are you gay? Why are you gay?" And then it broke me kinda, and I nearly started crying for a couple of seconds. And then I started running again. And when I started running, I got a little bit of more adrenaline pumping, and I didn't feel all the pain that I was feeling, but it didn't last long. After that, I walked a lot as well, to be honest. And I managed to finish in 5 hours and 28 minutes, around there. Also, because it's a mental struggle, a lot of it, a lot of things that I hear or I heard before, like, would stay in my head, like mantras, and it would help me a lot. I follow Goggins, I follow Jocko Willings, and a lot of things they say, they stayed with me. Like from Goggins, that it's me against me, even though I had a lot of people around me and I had a lot of people passing me. Although I was passing a lot of people, if you see like in the footage, you can see that I'm walking. And as I'm walking, I'm passing 3 people that they also walk. I was walking faster than them, so you get a little boost. But at the same time, you see a lot of other people that are in worse shape than you visually. You can see that their percentage of fat is way larger than mine, or they are way older than me, and they're doing way better than me, and they're passing me, so it's a struggle there. And if you start comparing yourself to other people, you're gonna lose, you're gonna get crazy kinda. Or you're gonna push yourself beyond your limits and you're gonna collapse and you're gonna have a DNF. DNF did not finish. And there's a lot of people that collapse actually, especially in the Greek marathon, because from 10 kilometer until the 30th kilometer, it's uphills. And it's a very long way, even though the incline is not that crazy, but it's 20 kilometers straight that you go uphill. That's why it's one of the most difficult. It's on the top 5 most difficult marathons out there. And you can't really run it to get a personal best. So yeah, my plan before running, it was to lose some weight and for 30 days straight to run 5 kilometers every day, and then 10 days before the marathon to rest. And in this time to lose a lot of fat as well. But things didn't go to plan. Again, I will not say excuses here. It was all my fault. And the result is the result, no matter why it happened, it happened. Actually, I think that was why when we went with Chris to the wall, before you run, that you write something, it was very clear to me, and I wrote without even thinking, I'm not ready for this, something like that. Because that's how I felt. I knew I'm not ready to do what I wanted to do. But I have a year in front of me, and hopefully next year I want to do below 4 hours to do everything running. And I think it's a goal that I can achieve. But the first milestone was to finish the marathon. And this actually is something that my boss told me like the day before I was at work. And they knew I'm gonna run the marathon. And before I leave, he told me, I don't care how many hours it will take you, but I want you to finish what you started. And for some reason, I felt it inside me, what he said. And he said, I don't want you to DNF. I was thinking that a lot towards the end, that I have to at least be able to finish. and it helped me to not push myself beyond my limits, because I saw a lot of people collapsing in front of me, and a lot of people waiting with on the stops, on the pit stops with nurses and stuff like that. And I said to myself that I know I can walk this distance, so no matter what, I will get the medal and I will finish. And that's why I feel like I achieved a milestone. Even though the timing I did it, I didn't like the time. I wanna do sub 4 hours. So I'm supposed to train harder this year that's in front of me, and feel free to follow me on Instagram and push me. So a couple of tips that helped me personally is that I invested money. Even though I don't like to have personal trainers or I don't go to the gym, I work out at home with weights. You're supposed to, because if you just run, your muscles might kind of atrophy because you'll use a lot of calories. I had to buy a lot of shoes. It's different shoes for slow runs, different shoes for fast runs, different shoes for trails. And of course, all the shoes that you get for running, you don't use them on your everyday life at work or whatever. Like, I see some people that go to the supermarket and they wear carbon plate shoes, and you immediately understand that they have no idea what kind of shoes they bought and what they are for. For a lot of these shoes, if you overuse them, you have to buy them again and again very often. So that's a big expense, kinda, for me at least. But because I invested money, it keeps me like accountable to show some results and stuff like that. Also, another thing that works for me is that I was very vocal about running the marathon, so I said to a lot of people, and this helped me a lot because towards the end, that I had 1.5 months that I didn't run at all, I had the thought in my head that there's no reason to go to the marathon this year because I'm not ready. But because I announced it to everybody at my work and my friends and my family and stuff like that, I was like, there is no fucking way I'm not running it, because now everybody expects me to run it, so I have to do my best with what I got. And it was a good experience because now I know how it feels to run this kind of distance. Because the truth is that towards the end, I went in a mental loop, and I was thinking that I'm running and I'm never reaching the end. And I felt like I'm gonna keep running for the rest of my life, kinda. It was very weird. Like, even the last 5 kilometers, that I've done 5 kilometers a million times on my training and on races, and I know exactly how long 5 kilometers are and how long it takes me to run it or even walk it. I was thinking, okay, I have 5 more kilometers. How long is it going to take me? Is it 1 hour is enough? Maybe 1.5 hours, maybe 2 hours. I didn't know. Like, it was crazy. I was like, I went like stupid in the head or something. I don't know. It was very weird. Another thing is the gels, that you have to do some research and try. I tried a lot of gels during my training period and my smaller races. And I found out the ones that work for me. However, after the 4th or 5th gel, I felt like if I get another gel, I'm gonna vomit, so I stopped. I had some alternatives on me. It was some energy bars. I tried 1.5 energy bars, but they were a little bit heavy, I think. And then the best thing I did towards the end, that I couldn't eat gels, I couldn't eat bars, I saw a coffee place, and I went inside and I asked for a glass of ice, and I bought a Coca-Cola can, and I drank it, and it was the best thing I could have drank at this moment, because it went down so easy, and it filled me with energy as well. Like, it was the best substitute for gels at this moment. And it was a very nice hack. I think I will do it on the next marathon as well, hopefully. And another weird thing that happened to me is with peeing. Every race I've done before, even the half marathon, I pee just before the race, and during the race I never pee, no matter how much I drink. Even after the half marathon, the moment I finished, I drank 2 bottles of water and 1 Coca-Cola, and then I didn't pee for 2 or 3 hours, something like that. Like my body absorbed all the water and the liquids. But during this marathon, oh my God, I had to pee during the marathon 4 times, even though I peed 2 times before, and I also peed a moment before we start, kinda, the last moment. Then during the marathon, I had to pee 3 times. It was very annoying and disturbing, because also the thing is that Athens Marathon, it has so many people. It was 22K people, and on the pit stops they had some toilets, but you have to wait in line. So I was forced to wait in line. It was very annoying, because you know you are supposed to be running, and you stay there and you just wait, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Maybe it had to do with the humidity
Yeah.
as well. Maybe I wasn't sweating that much. I don't know.
And the nerves. It's the first one.
To be honest, I was very calm. I don't know. Like even the day before, I slept properly, and I was super calm mentally. I think it has to do because I kind of worked these things a couple of years ago. I had some incidents with panic attacks, and then I did a lot of meditation, and I found peace, inner peace. I feel like I'm not getting anxious lately, like nearly at all. I feel like I've done work there, because I know a lot of people lately, the last decade, actually, it's more common to feel anxiety and stuff like that, even depression or stuff like that, that there is something for everybody. Like what worked for me, it might not work for you, but there is meditation in nature that I've done, and it helped me a lot. A physical exercise that helped me a lot. In the beginning, you have to force yourself to get out of your loops, kind of to break your habits and create new habits. That's the difficulty in the beginning, and after that, it's gonna be a bit easier. Lastly, another thing I want to say actually is that a lot of people told me stuff, like they create an idea in their head when they see somebody running. They are like, oh, you're so lucky because you like running, I can't stand it. The truth is that I don't like running at all. It's my worst thing to do, and that's why I'm doing it, because I hate it. Before, a couple of years ago, I would feel like in America they have something that's called intrusive thoughts. And we don't have this in Greek language. We don't have this term, intrusive thoughts. And for instance, if I say to myself, on Monday I'm gonna wake up at 6 o'clock to go to the gym, or to start exercising, or to go running, Monday morning would come, I would be on my bed, and I would think, oh, I wanna sleep until late, 2 more hours. And I would think that this is my thought, because it's in my brain, it's my thought. I don't wanna go, so I'm not going, because it's me, I don't wanna go. So I would close the alarm and sleep. And then I educated myself a little bit more and exposed myself more to people that do hard things, even though they don't want to do hard things because they are hard. And they said that this is intrusive thoughts. It's like a part of your brain. You can find a narrative that suits you. You can even think that it's your brain because it doesn't want to consume energy. And it's your brain telling you that, and you have to oppose it and teach your brain to break this stupid thinking. You can even think that it's, I don't know, it's a demon whispering to your ear, don't go to exercise. Like if you take it outside of your body and you don't say that this is my thought, and you say that this is a part of my brain that is lazy or whatever, and you take it out of yourself, you can oppose it easier and say, I'm not going to listen to this because this is not my identity. My identity is that I'm going to get fit because I have my reasons to get fit. And I have my reasons to have a six-pack, or I have my reasons to run a marathon. So that's what helped me to externalize this part of myself that embraces the laziness and the comfort, and to become closer to Goggins, to become closer to Jocko Willings. If you Google on YouTube The Good Speech from Jocko Willink. It's a video that helped me a lot. And feel free to follow me on Instagram. I will post more of what I do. And I would like to see you, what you do, and get inspired from you as well. I will follow back. My Instagram is Thanos Studio. I would like to thank Chris, that's behind the cameras, because he pushed me a lot this year. And when I was lazy, he was telling me, don't be a little bitch, like Gogin says. And we would go also, we went a lot to mountains to run, and it helps with uphill, because when I went to the marathon, I saw the decline, and I was like, this is nothing. We've done way worse than that. But also, it's a marathon, so it added up, and towards the end, it was, of course, really difficult for me. Yeah, so next year, I will do sub 4 hours marathon here in Greece, and we'll talk then.